Is resisting change. You are resisting making a change. Five is connected to change. This is about you're trying to go, something saying stop, the other person is going in the other direction. So needless to say, the overall feel of this is like we have lots of options. There are multiple paths. And because of that, you might be getting some kind of a holding pattern, or you're just not able to move forward. And this is creating internal struggle, internal confusion, internal division, separation, fragmentation. We have the High Priestess. This is about spiritual wisdom. This is a very intuitive card. This is, again, about patience. This is connected to earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, somebody who just knows. So you're having some kind of an internal inkling, a hit. Something's going off inside of you, bells, whistles, alarms. There's some kind of instinctual guidance that's trying to come through. And it's almost like you're fighting yourself on this. Two major arcana. So this is a very loud message for somebody here. The devil is connected to Scorpio energy. So if you guys can see the scorpion on her leg, and then I have Taurus, I have, Capricorn, I have the horns here. So this is like chained to yourself. In the healing community, we call this shadow work. We call this reflective work, inner work, deep work. Let's jump down to the 15, the death card. This is also a transformation. Nope, that's not it. The devil, wrong card. The devil, earth, simply a reflection, ugly, unbalanced aspects of ourselves. So there it is. That is the reading. Somebody here is resisting implementing balance. And the balance is going to happen as a result of a change that you need to make, but you are resisting making this change. Again, this card is in reverse. As we said in the very beginning, there's something here about stuckness. You're in limbo. This is also connected to materialistic possessions. So somebody could be in the ego, neurosing, being more focused on the superficial. Well, I really like my car, my BMW, my Lexus, my Mercedes, whatever it may be. Well, yeah, but can you really afford the payment every month? No, it's driving you into the ground. You're drowning in debt. So you're conflicted with what the ego wants versus what the soul wants. To me, this feels like ego, and this is like what your soul wants. And so you put it in a sandwich, you smush it together, and it's creating some kind of struggle, internal dialogue that it's like you're just stuck. You're not able to see the way. I'm going to pull the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you're tired of doing a thing. Bottom of the deck is very loud and very unpleasant, very combative, very volatile. Look at this change right there. It is five again. Hitting the bottom of the barrel, looking in the mirror. Somebody's not willing to look in the mirror. This is about transformation, change, in other words. You are tired. You are exhausted from trying to do the thing. Right here again, battle, fighting, weapons are drawn. So this is fear-based. Maybe it's fear that you're saturated in some kind of frequency of fear, and that's what needs to change. Maybe it's fear around how you're making your money. Maybe you're trying to break off. Maybe you're trying to go on some kind of a new journey financially, career-wise, because we have to honor career, money, finances, anything to do with banking, currency, because Pentacles is here. The solution, the recommendation, the takeaway would be you got to go in. You got to go in. The devil card, just to look at this to make sure that we're not missing anything. This is about freedom and releasing control. Somebody here could have a lot of control wrapped up around finances, around how they're handling their money, how they're making their money. Somebody could be very manipulative. Somebody could be very impulsive. Again, we're talking about in how we respond to external triggers when it is connected to our finances and our money. It also could be how we're responding to our external triggers and stimulation when it comes to how we're taking care of our health. Let's segue into the health because this also touches on health. Someone here is not doing the work. Someone is refusing to see the changes they need to make that's connected to their health, their well-being, and that is causing this tumultuous self-beating up, poor self. What is that? What is the word I'm looking for? Negative self-talk. There we go. Thank you. So there's something here too about negative self-talk. I want to go up to the High Priestess just a second real quick. This is connected to earth energy. I feel like it's Capricorn, but my notes say it's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So we have a doubling down of the earth element. So I could be very well speaking to somebody who your zodiac, it could be your rising sign is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or it could be your moon or your ascendant, whatever. Doesn't have to be an earth sign for this message to apply. All we're saying is the recommendation, the medicine, the suggestion, the takeaway would be fucking ground yourself. Slow down, pause, have a seat, take a seat, tap into that inner divine feminine energy. Some of you are like, what? Scratching your ass, scratching your head. Yes, we are made up of both. We're not just masculine, female. We're a combination of both. Masculine, female, right? Yin, yang, things like that. So this is about balancing and integrating both aspects of your energies. when it's connected to your health. This is also about your home and your well-being, as we said before, talking about a car payment. Maybe you have a house, maybe you just bought a house, maybe you just settled into a house, and the mortgage payment is more than what you can handle, but it really looks good. I mean, wow, look at the Joneses, right? And it's like, no, but you're drowning in debt. It could have something to do with, again, something within the home. Maybe you're loading up your credit cards because you want what you want and you want it now and you don't want to wait. There's something here about spending money. It could be obsession, obsessiveness, obsessive tendencies. I have to say that because that's what this card is connected to. It's connected to toxicity, self-sabotaging. So again, if that's money related, oh, I really want this $7,000 whatever. Oh, I want this $500 flute or this $1,500 set of singing bowls. Well, just charge it. Oh, I want this really cool new tool workbench or whatever. And you're putting yourself in financial debt, and maybe, as I said, connect it to your home. Now you're not making your payments on time. You're not paying bills on time because we're not doing the work. We are resisting making these changes, these essential changes, these necessary changes. And as we said, let's just reflect on the bottom of the deck. It's creating a lot of problems because somebody is not looking at themselves. I think it's really interesting. We said that. We literally have the mirrors here. Change again, 5. There's something here about somebody is not willing to do this work. You're just not. And because you refuse to see yourself, you refuse to see your part in it, whatever you have to take responsibility for, hold yourself accountable, whatever that may be. There's something here about reflective work. It is keeping you 100% stuck. You're at a standstill. You're stagnant. You are no longer, in terms of repetition or momentum, you're not moving forward. It's like you just keep repeating this. You keep repeating this. You keep repeating this. Okay. The High Priestess, a little bit left here. I just want to add at the very bottom of my notes, it talks about the knowledge that lies within you. So again, not listening. You're not listening to this inner knowledge that exists within you. So the answers, how do I move this? How do I get out of this slump? How do I stop this pattern from happening? How do I stop these cycles from repeating? Well, you need to go in and have that inner confrontation, that inner conversation was what I was going to say. It's your instincts are trying to guide you. And I feel like somebody here is either disconnected from that or you've just simply forgotten. You've forgotten that you hold the answers and the information. You are embodying everything that you need to know. So in some way, you have to find a way to access that buried information. And that could be very well what that change is. It could be something as simple as just honoring the fact that, you do have some things that need to be dug up or confronted, or a conversation needs to be had, because the bottom of the deck is not feeling good. This to me is not, this is like, I'm throwing up, I'm tired, I'm burnt out, I'm overwhelmed, I'm done, I'm ready to give up. This is like depression, drinking. Again, just like the Devil card, this is like obsessive compulsive. You're obsessed with materialistic things. Oh, if I buy this stuff, I'll feel better. The more I have, the more I buy, the better I'll feel. Money will make me happy. There's something like that playing out for somebody, and it's fear-based. It's fear-based because we're having confusion. We're having confusion because we're fragmented. We're fragmented because we're not willing to slow the fuck down and listen and go inside because we're afraid of what might come up and out. Do you guys see this? There's a reason I made this artwork like that. This is like the root chakra and it comes all the way up and out. See how it's coming out of her mouth? Same thing with this artwork here. See how it comes up and out? That is tonight's message. I hope this resonates. Again, just to recap what the recommendation, what the suggestion, the advice, the takeaway, the guidance would be: slow down. Do the hard shit. Do the scary shit. Have a look at yourself. Be honest with yourself. Talk to somebody. Have somebody in your life who's neutral, who can be a soundboard, that will say the hard things, that will be honest with you, who will be truthful for you. They won't beat you up. They won't shame you and guilt you and trip you all up in your own shit. But somebody who in a loving way can say, yeah, I could see where this might need some attention, or I could see where this would you would stand to benefit from this, or you could grow on this aspect, or you can improve that. That is the suggestion. Going in, tuning in, being still long enough, having a pauses, so you can go ahead and shift this energy. Whatever this energy is, whatever the theme is, whatever it's connected to, as we've already stated and clarified, that way you guys can move forward and get out of this energetic stagnation. In light and love, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.